James Tucker, the Spirit Guide. Thank you for stopping by again to hear what we have to talk about how to find your own destiny and your life's true purpose. We've been talking about a garden and how it works and how we see that same principle applied inside ourselves as humans. I see the soul of a human like soil. It's the energy source. Soil, soul, and the seeds for that soil within us is the desires that we create and we write down and we focus and commit to that soil. It's not 1 second different in principle. If a mother wants between planting a garden or creating a child, that's what I'm trying to say. If a mother wants to create a child, the seed is planted in the egg, and then it has to have the blessing take root, and then it begins to grow, and one day it issues forth a child. It's a law of cause and effect again in the manifestation process. Now, I used to think that when I planted the seeds in a garden and the little plant came up, I wanted to go out there and water that plant. I changed my mind about that a few years ago. If you water the little plant, it'll get lazy because you're doing the work for it, and it won't grow very strong roots. But I figured out something. If you water the soil around the plant, then, like a little baby searching for its mother, it's got to begin to do some work, and it starts working, sending out those roots around, and then it's got a good strong foundation, and no matter what happens in the world side, whether the drought, weeds, bugs, human error, or whatever, that plant will have the tendency to be independent and grow strong because of that foundation, and then it'll bloom to show its regards and its gratitude for helping it. It'll bear a lot of fruit for a long time. Now, here's the point of that. In a garden, you water the soil around the plant, and it creates the roots. And what you're doing is you're feeding the spirit of life, not the flesh. And in human life, if somebody does a good job, tell them, thank you, what you just gave me. You've made me so happy. I bless and honor your spirit. Feed their spirit, not their flesh. Mothers and fathers have a tendency to think they've got to fix everything for either sometimes each other or the children or other people, and then they burn out, and then they go and they feel unappreciated because the people that they've been doing all that work for, they go on with their lives, and then they leave their track, which is the burnout of humans and mothering and fathering good-natured adults that give too much of their own soul. So the point on that is to feed the spirit of life, not so much the flesh. And then the spirit, through the roots and the blessing of the roots on that little plant, is being fed, and then it'll grow, see? So the whole idea is to feed the spirit that feeds the flesh. And if you don't feed the spirit and you feed the flesh, whether it's in a plant, a human, or an animal, or anything else, then the spirit dies. And then it's dependent, not independent. And the fruitfulness then never comes the way we want. Thank you for stopping by. I'm James Tucker.